Welcome. Come over to Insight Timer if you'd like to be with us real time and share in the chat. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Wonderful to see you, to be together. Let's do a little sound test. Just going to step back here. How is our sound when I'm back here? Can you still hear me well and hear me clearly from back here? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is our sound? Okay, awesome. Thanks, everyone. Beautiful. Wonderful. Well, warm welcome. Great to see you all. Great to be together. My name is Selena Lael. This is a yoga asana session, the physical postures of yoga. This is a 60-minute session. Did I just introduce myself? I think I said my name is Selena. I did. 60-minute session that will begin after this little intro. If you need to leave before the session is complete, I invite you to please take time for Shavasana so you can have that integration before moving into your day or your night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have many recordings on the app. I have 2 courses as well. We have a group, a community space on the app called Love Heals All. Everyone is welcome to be there. It's a loving, supportive space. And you can find my live schedule on my profile page as well as a website if you'd like to stay more connected. This is listed as an intermediate session because I don't break down the poses the way that I would for a beginner session, or maybe just someone who's newer to asanas in general. So I really invite wherever you feel you are in your journey of yoga asana to honor your body, take time to rest whenever you need. Your body does not need to look like my body. Your body, for many of us, will not look anything like my body because we all have very different bodies, yes? So really honor your body. Have whatever props you'd like to use for practice. You won't see me demonstrating with them usually, just because not everyone has access to them. So please have whatever you need to feel supported during your practice. I think that's all. I am going to grab a block in case I might use that at one point for demoing. And for anyone who's newer to yoga, or maybe you've only really experienced yoga as the physical postures, yoga is so much more than just these postures. Yoga is a roadmap to greater peace, harmony, presence, fullness, awakening. With that, let us begin. If there are ever any technical difficulties, Please just throw a bunch of emojis in the chat because I won't be able to read your chats from the mat. Let's begin today in a seated posture. Our 60 minutes begins now. Sit tall. Relax the hands on the knees or the thighs. Roll one shoulder up, back, and down. Feel how that really opens the chest, and then the other shoulder up, back, and down. Feel your tailbone relaxing down. Your navel gently draws toward the spine. Crown of the head lifts your spine up toward the sky. Close the eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. Pause and hold for just a moment. Exhale completely. Inhale slowly and deeply. Pause and hold. Exhale slowly and completely. Inhale, feel your belly and your rib cage expanding. Hold the breath, relax the shoulders. Exhale slowly until all of the air has been expelled. Take a few more breaths like this. Relax the jaw, the face. Relax the hold, breathe naturally. Feel the weight of the body sinking down. Slowly bring the palms to touch at the heart, Anjali Mudra. I'll chant the sound Om together one time. Take a deep breath in. Bow your chin, set your intention, your sankalpa for practice. Lovely. Open the eyes. Let's make our way into all fours. Happy Navaratri to those who celebrate. Wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Lift the fingers, spread them wide, and then root back down through all of the fingers, especially the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, crown and tailbone lift up. Exhale, spine to sky, chin to chest. Inhale, melt the belly down, look up, lift the tailbone. Exhale, press the spine to the sky. Continue. Match your breath with your movement. Continue to root down to the base of the index fingers and thumbs. If your elbows are bending out to the side, maybe see if you can roll your inner elbows forward, encouraging the shoulder blades to move down the back. Take your time here. Feel like you're creating space, maybe between the ribs, the spine, places in the spine. On your next inhalation, come back to a neutral spine. Take your right arm, make a big circle to reach your right hand up and over. So it's kind of at a diagonal, maybe in front of your left hand. Keep both hands rooted. Sink your hips back. Bend that left elbow. Maybe keep that right arm straight. So you might start to feel this through the right arm, shoulder, and right side body. Relax your head down. Gently draw the navel toward the spine. Allow a space between the teeth. Deep breathing. On an inhale, press into the left hand to come back up. Bring the right hand underneath the shoulder, left side. Make a big circle with the left hand. Reach it up and over so it's in front of the right hand, maybe. Draw the navel toward the spine. Bend your right elbow. Sink the hips back. Keep that left hand rooted like it's suctioned to the earth. So we start to get this length through that left side. Relax the head. Relax the forehead. On an inhale, press into your right hand to bring the left hand back under. Rock the hips a little side to side. Keep the hips high. Walk the hands far forward. And with the hips still high, relax the chest down and the head down toward the mat. Draw the navel toward the spine. Soften the jaw, the throat. Shoulders draw down away from the ears or up, however you perceive that. On your next inhalation, press into the palms. Bring your hands back. This time the hands will be in alignment with the shoulders, but further forward. So rather than directly underneath, the hands are further forward. Creases of the wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Again, lift the fingers, spread them wide. Root back down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Draw the navel toward the spine. Tuck your toes under. Press yourself up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pedal the legs, pedal the feet. So bend one knee at a time. Reach the opposite heel back. Move side to side here. The chest presses back toward the thighs. Crown of the head reaches toward the fingers and the shoulders pull up away from the ears. Reach both heels down toward the mat. Option to bend the knees here if there's a lot of tension in the back body or the chest. Roll up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, roll your weight forward. Come all the way into high plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale to press yourself up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, press the chest back. Inhale, roll up onto the balls of the feet. Roll through the spine, high plank. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press back. 2 more. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Look forward between the hands. Bend the knees. Hover the knees just a couple of inches above the mat. Draw the navel toward the spine. Flat back here. Very nice, everyone. You got this. One more breath here, really firing things up. And then lift the knees, keep a bend, and take little steps all the way up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Big toes point forward. Bend the knees, allow the weight to rock a little forward and back. Side to side in the feet. Upper body is really relaxed here. Arms hang heavy. Come to a neutral position in the feet where it feels like the weight is centered, balanced. Keep that bend in the knees. Allow your upper body to really drape over the legs for a couple more breaths. The head is relaxed, heavy. Rock the weight into the heels. Keep a bend in the knees. Press into the heels. Start to roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Keep the upper body really limp as you rise up. Top of the head is the last thing to come up. Feel this wave of energy, circulation. Feel your breath, feel your feet grounded, rooted. Beautiful. Surya Namaskar. Feet are underneath the hips, or if you wish, the big toes come to touch. Again, unless there is a technical difficulty, I can't read your comments. If there is a technical difficulty, please do put a bunch of emojis in the chat, and that will alert me to come and adjust whatever is happening. Palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen. Palms touch. Exhale, dive forward, draw the navel in, option to bend the knees. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back, high plank, and then lower down to the knees or through chaturanga. Let's come all the way to the belly. Elbows pull back and staying close. Inhale, curl up through the spine, Bhujangasana, cobra. Keep the pubic bone rooted. Exhale, make your way up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 slow, deep breaths. We breathe in and out of the nose if possible. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop up to the top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, draw the navel toward the spine. Always option to bend the knees. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, open the chest, palms touch. Exhale, draw the navel in as you dive forward. Inhale, fingertips to shins, shoulders pull back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back, high plank, lower to the knees or through chaturanga, and this time cobra or upward facing dog. Thighs are off of the mat, chest reaches forward. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths and down dog. Draw the navel toward the spine. Chest presses back toward thighs. You can always keep the knees bent here. to create more space if you have tension in the backs of the legs, the glutes, the back, or even the chest. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Option to bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more like this. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, flat back, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. And then as you move through your vinyasa, choose cobra or upward facing dog. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, draw the navel in, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Big toes touch, heels are slightly apart, preparing for Surya Namaskar B and Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the navel toward the spine, palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, sink the hips back and down. Exhale, bow through center, fold forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. High plank, lower down through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Softly step the right foot through between the hands. Option to lower the back heel for traditional Virabhadrasana 1, or keep the back heel lifted, joining me in a crescent lunge. Inhale. Let's exhale. Step the right leg back, move through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Softly step the left foot through. Option to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge or Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, touch down. Step the back leg back, lower down. Open the chest as you inhale. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sink the hips down, Utkatasana. Press into the feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sink the hips down, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, bow forward through center. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, fingertips to shins, flat back, draw the navel in. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or lightly hop back, high plank, lower down. Open as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Softly step the right foot through, option to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up, sink into the front knee. Exhale, touch down. Right leg steps back, lower through your vinyasa. Remember, the vinyasa transition is always optional. Softly step the left leg through, option to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale. Exhale, touchdown. Step the left leg back. Vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Draw the navel in. Shoulders pull up away from ears. Press the chest back toward the thighs. If your heels are comfortably on the mat, draw the heels apart slightly, activating the legs. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Big toes touch. Heels are slightly apart. Sink the hips down. Reach the arms up. Inhale, Utkatasana. Rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Little warmer. Yes? Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow through center. Option to bend the knees. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or lightly hop back, high plank. Lower through your vinyasa. Cobra or upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Press out through the ball of the foot. Draw the navel toward the spine. Shoulders pull up away from ears. Bend the right knee. Stack the hips. Right toes fall behind. Lift the right knee up toward the sky a little bit. Inhale, square the hips, lengthen the right leg. Stay here, or option to bring the knee to the nose as you exhale. High plank. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, softly step the right foot through between the hands, lower the back heel. Windmill the arms up. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Hips are square to the left side of the mat. Sink down into the front knee. Maybe that right knee is above the right ankle. Tilt your tailbone up behind you. Stick your tailbone up behind you and then tilt it under to find length in the lumbar spine. Draw the navel in. Beautiful, everyone. Maybe even place your hand on your sacrum for a moment. See if you can feel like that triangular shaped bone in the back or the hips there is moving down a little bit rather than sticking out more. Arms out to the sides, shoulders relax down. Gaze is over right middle finger. Sink it down. Beautiful. Turn the palms up. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach the arms up, all the way up. Exhale, palms down, sink down, Virabhadrasana 2. Palms up. Inhale, rise up. Palms down, sink it. Great. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms down, bring it down, bend into that front knee. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, beautiful. Stay here. Bend that left arm. Bring the back of the hand behind the back if possible, or maybe even reach all the way around for that right thigh. Beautiful, everyone. Turn the right palm up. Inhale. Keep low on the hips as you reach the right arm over. Beautiful. A lot of fire in the legs. If you can't even reach that left hand behind the back, that's okay. Maybe you can just rest it here on the hip, however you wish. Yes, honor your body. Inhale, warrior 2, extend the arms out to the sides. Exhale, windmill the hands down, lift the back heel, step the right leg back. Option to keep it lifted as you lower through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Press out through the ball of the foot. Hips stay square to start. Bend the left knee, stack the hips. Toes fall behind. Square the hips, straighten or lengthen the left leg. Option to bring it to the nose as you exhale. Inhale up and back. Exhale, left elbow. Remember, this is optional. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, softly step the left foot through between the hands. Lower the back heel. Windmill the arms up. Virabhadrasana 2. Hips are square to the right side of the mat. I've got something a little strange happening in my left ankle that I've sprained 7 times. So I might have to do a modification here, but I'll continue to walk you through it. Yes. So bend deeply into that left leg. Maybe the knee comes over the ankle. Stick your tailbone out behind you and then tuck it under just a little. So, not a strong tuck, but just tilt it down. So, we lengthen the lumbar spine. Beautiful. Again, you can place your hand on the sacrum for a moment and just feel rather than it popping out, is it dropping down a little? Possibly. May not be your anatomical structure. Draw the navel in, arms open to the sides, gaze over left middle finger. Relax the shoulders down. Back toes are slightly turned in. Beautiful, everyone. Palms turn up to the sky. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms down, sink it down. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, palms turn up as you rise up. Exhale, sink down, palms down. Inhale. Exhale. Maintain this nice structure with your body. 2 more times. Beautiful. Stay here in your Virabhadrasana 2. Bend the right arm. Bring the back of the hand behind your back if possible. You might even be able to reach it all the way around for that left thigh, left hip there. And again, if you're just out here, that's totally fine. No need to judge ourselves for what we can and can't do. This is an exploration. Left palm turns up, stay low on the hips. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over. Shoulders drop away from ears. Wonderful. Inhale, warrior 2, arms out. Exhale, windmill down. Lift the back heel, step the left leg back. Option to keep it lifted as you lower through your vinyasa and make your way back to downward facing dog. 3 slow, deep breaths in down dog. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Draw the navel in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive or bow, however you wish. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Draw the navel in. Stay here for a moment. Micro bend in the knees. Keep your knees as bent as you need to as you're working on core strength here. But at the very least, a micro bend. Yes. Keep hugging the navel in. Let's bring the hands to the hips and feel like your shoulder blades are drawing back behind you. So we're activating back strength, core strength, micro bend in the knees. Let's rock the weight forward into the toes a little. You're probably really feeling this. Yes, I know I'm feeling it. Option to stay here, or if you feel very strong in your core, very supported, even relaxed here, reach the arms alongside the ears. Very nice, everyone. Let's take 3 breaths wherever you are. Gaze is down at the floor. Reach through the fingertips. Very nice. Bend the knees, forward fold. Ha. Plant the palms. Step or lightly hop back, high plank. Move through your vinyasa. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Bend the knee. Stack the hips. Let those right toes drop behind you. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips, stay here, or exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, softly step right foot through between the hands, lower the back heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Back toes are slightly turned in, hips are square to the left side of the mat. Palms turn up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms down, sink down. Go a little lower here maybe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sink down. Beautiful. Can you feel how this starts to open your hips, open your legs a little more? Combining stretching with some strengthening can help to loosen things up. And if you're not feeling that, that's okay too. Last one. Stay here. Warrior 2. Relax the shoulders down. Gaze is over right middle finger. Beautiful. Straighten the right leg. Micro bend in the left leg so that you can turn your right toes in. Now both feet are slightly turned in here. Yes, draw the navel toward the spine. So we have a nice wide stance and the toes are slightly turned in. Hips are square to the left side of the mat. Lengthen up, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, draw the navel toward the spine. Engage the thighs here. So feel like your kneecaps are pulling up. If you have a block, you can use your block if you can't touch the mat here. I've got to make a modification. So again, you just follow the guidance. I'm going to modify. You can use a block if you can't touch the mat. If you can't touch the mat, you're welcome to just bring your hands to the hips if you don't have a block. If you can touch, let's bring the palms all the way down. Fingertips point in the same direction as the toes. And you can walk your hands back as far as it feels comfortable. So maybe the hands come under the hips, wrists beneath elbows, bend the elbows if you have that kind of space. Draw the kneecaps up, hug the navel in. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold deeply. Feel the spine lengthening so the head is relaxed. Rock the weight into the toes a little. Root down evenly through all fingers, thumbs, palms. Beautiful. On your next inhalation, draw the kneecaps up, press into the feet, hands to the hips, rise all the way up, flat back if possible. And just be here for a moment. Notice what's happening. Again, I'm modifying because of something happening in my ankle, but both feet are turned in here. Great. Roll the shoulders up and back. See if you can interlace your hands behind your back. Begin to straighten your arms. Now, you may notice that as you start to straighten your arms, your rib cage and belly pop forward. Draw your navel toward your spine. Drop your tailbone down and drop these lower ribs down. Also, very nice. Inhale, lengthen upward. Exhale, hinge all the way forward. Feel the knuckles lifting away from the spine. Maybe even they come over the head. Draw the kneecaps up, really active legs here supporting us. Rock the weight into the toes. Pull the shoulders up away from the ears and the shoulder blades toward one another. Slow, deep breaths. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Head is relaxed.
On your next inhalation, press into the feet. Feel the knuckles lifting you all the way up to the sky. Slowly release the hands. Let the arms float out to the sides. Relax the shoulders, heavy arms. Beautiful. Turn your right toes back toward the top of the mat. Back toes are still slightly turned in. Sink it down, Virabhadrasana 2. You may need to change your stance a little if you adjusted. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Step the right leg back, option to keep it lifted as you lower through your vinyasa, and then make your way all the way back to downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Square the hips, lengthen the left leg. Option to stay here or exhale as you bring the knee to the nose. High plank. Inhale up and back. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross the body, right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, softly step the left foot through between the hands. Lower the back heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Hips are square to the right side of the mat. Arms are open wide. Sink it down. Maybe that left knee comes over the ankle. Drop the tailbone down. Hug the navel in. Palms turn up. Inhale, rise up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, palms down, sink it down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sink it down. Draw those floating ribs in. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sink it down. Virabhadrasana 2. Last 2 times. Wonderful. Straighten the front leg. Release the arms down. Turn your left toes in a little. And now let's have both of the feet turned out slightly, so that if you bend the knees are moving over the toes. So knees and toes are moving in the same direction. Rather than the toes turned in like last time, there's a slight turn out. Very good. Lengthen up. Bring the weight over into your left leg. We're only going to go here as deep as it feels comfortable for you. So maybe for you, this is it. If you'd like to go deeper, continue to bend into the left knee, maybe even lift the right toes if that feels good. If you're in this deep squat here in Skandasana comfortably, you can bring the back of your left arm into the inside of that left knee and maybe bring the palms to touch in Anjali Mudra. Drop the tailbone down, lengthen the spine, maybe the chest reaches forward a little bit. Chin is slightly tucked. Wherever you are is just great. Maybe say that to yourself right now. Wherever I am is just great. You might not even be in this pose. You might be in Shavasana. That's perfectly okay. Wherever I am is just great. Breathe deeply. And for these last couple of breaths, feel free to explore your movement here. You may wish to walk your right fingertips out to the inside of that right leg and bring your left arm up and over. Just kind of see how your body wants to take this experience. Beautiful. If you're down here in our deep lunge, you can use your hands or the strength of your legs to press yourself all the way back up to neutral. And we'll all meet here back at our centered position. Second side. Bend into the right knee. And again, we're only going as deeply as it feels comfortable and safe for our bodies. So maybe you're here. Maybe you'd like to come all the way down again. If you're here, maybe your left toes are lifted. You're anchored on that right foot, possibly. Maybe bring the back of the right arm to the inside of that right knee and thigh. Maybe left palm comes to touch right, Anjali Mudra. Lengthen the spine, drop the tailbone down. You'll probably notice that one side is different from the other. Maybe one side is tighter or feels shorter, or maybe there's some kind of rotation that you're noticing in the sensation of your hips or your pelvis. Chin is slightly tucked. Breathe deeply. Great. And then again, for these last couple of breaths here, you may wish to play with this pose. If you're down here with me, you may wish to bring that left hand to the inside of the left leg and play with reaching that right arm up and over. Wonderful. And then again, use your hands or the strength of your legs to press yourself back up if you're down. We'll all meet back at center. Bend the knees, move the hips a little side to side here. And then just come to stillness for a moment, slight bend in the knees. Notice what's happening inside. Drop the shoulders back and down. Excellent. Left toes turn toward the top of the mat. Returning back into our Virabhadrasana 2. So sink down into that left leg, arms out to the sides. Inhale. Exhale, windmill down. Step the left leg back. Option to keep it lifted as you move through your final vinyasa of practice. Beautiful, everyone. Very nice. Let's take a few breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lovely. Bend the knees. Bring your right knee all the way up to your right wrist and then bring it to the mat. Bring that right foot out so that it's in front of that left hip. Keep your back toes tucked under. Start to wiggle your left leg back so that your pelvis comes closer to the earth. Once you're as far back as you can go comfortably, you can untuck the back toes if you wish. If either of your hips are lifted here, I invite you to keep them lifted. If you need some sort of support under them, you can use block, blanket, whatever you wish. But let's keep the hips nice and square here. Option to stay here or begin to walk yourself forward. You can use your block or maybe soft fists or your hands for support for your head here. Feel like your right hip, your right glute is starting to drop back and down to that back right corner of your mat. And as it slowly lets go, there's this length that starts to happen on that right side of the body. Always, if there's ever any sharp pain, that's the body saying no. So if you're not doing this pose, maybe you'd like to take reclining pigeon or figure 4 pose on the back or any other pose that works for you. Just no strain. There's no need to force the body to do anything. Yes, part of what happens in our asana practice is a lot of energy is moving. So rather than creating more blockages or that inner resistance, how do we find that space of allowing and flowing? Sometimes we do bring some effort into our practice, but I invite never to have strain. Yes, honor your body. Slow, deep breaths. Maybe take a few moments to scan the body and release any tension that is unnecessary. few more slow, deep breaths here. On your next inhalation, use your hands to slowly, gracefully come up if you're forward. Ah, beautiful. We'll take just a moment of play here. For some of us, this is not even imaginable, so no issue. If you'd like to play, though, let's bend that left knee and then take your left hand to reach for the inside of the foot. Again, for some of us, this is just not happening. That's perfectly okay. If you are able to reach the foot, maybe play with bringing that heel closer to the left glute. Relax the jaw and the face. If you're not bending the left knee, you can just open the chest here. Breathe if you're still in this pigeon posture. If you have the foot, slowly release it, gracefully release it. Tuck the back toes under to bring that left knee in closer. Lift yourself up and back, three-legged dog. Extend the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Take a few circles in each direction with that right knee and hip. Release the right leg down. Bring your left knee all the way up to the left wrist. Bring the left foot out in front of the right hip. Wiggle your leg back before you bring your knee down. Wiggle that foot back so the pelvis comes closer to the earth. And then as you settle, if one or both hips are lifted, I invite you to keep them lifted. Let's keep the hips square here. And of course, if you're not taking this posture at all, take whichever posture you did on the last round. Option to stay here or begin to walk yourself forward. Again, feel like this left hip is reaching back for that back left corner, creating or maybe moving us toward a little more length on the left side of the body. Relax the head and the neck. Slow, deep breaths. Recall your sankalpa, your intention for practice. I know sometimes, at least for me, this pose is very uncomfortable, either because there's a lot of muscle tension or because of the emotional component. Sometimes there's so much emotion here that I just feel like screaming and jumping out of the pose. So if you are experiencing discomfort that does not feel like sharp or unsafe pain, I invite you to see if you're okay breathing into it rather than needing to just jump out of the pose or get away from yourself. Can you slow down your breathing and consciously relax your body? Maybe even say something kind to yourself. The breath is really the most helpful component, though, getting through or being able to sit with discomfort. Slow, deep breaths, long exhalations. And sometimes even letting out some sound is really helpful. One of the nice advantages of
home practice. You can yell or moan or cry or do whatever you need to do while energy or emotion are being released.
Which you could do otherwise, but it just might be a little disruptive, yes? And that's okay. It's important to honor yourself. Take a few more breaths here. Hmm.
If you're forward, use your hands to very slowly come back up. And again, we'll have a little bit of play on this side. Bend the right knee, and maybe that's as far as you go, or maybe you can reach the right hand back for the inside of the foot so the thumb is pointing up to the sky. And maybe you start to bring that right foot in closer to the glute. Slow, deep breaths, 3 more breaths. If you have the foot, gracefully release it. Bring the right knee in closer. Extend your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, take a few circles in each direction. Bring that left leg down, bring the knees down, flip yourself over. Seated position. Extend the legs out, bring the legs closer together. Weight in the left hip to draw the flesh out from the right and root back down. Weight in the right hip to draw the flesh out and root back down. Some of us don't have that flesh to draw out, no issue. Just a little cue for those of us that do. This helps us to root down a little bit more on the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen up. Chin is slightly tucked. Draw the navel in. Great. And on your next inhalation, lengthen the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Relax the hands down on the sides of the legs. Palms can be face down. If you wish to take a bind, you're welcome to. You can take the index fingers and middle fingers and wrap them around the big toes. Or maybe you're actually able to wrap your hands around your feet. Take whichever variation works for your body. You can also just keep the hands fully relaxed. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Breathe here. One more breath here.
Inhale. Lengthen the spine, straighten the arms. Exhale. Make your way back up to an upright posture if you're forward. Beautiful. Let's roll the shoulders up and back a few times. And slowly make your way onto your back for Shavasana. Feet wide, toes fall out to the sides, arms along the body with the palms facing up. If it feels okay, gently wiggle your body, close the eyes, and just start to wiggle your body, just kind of this gentle shaking happening through the whole body to release unconscious tension. Wiggle, 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 gentle wiggling, and then soften the wiggling, move into stillness, make any final adjustments that you need. And we'll be in this Shavasana for just about 4 minutes. If you're able to stay longer, I invite you to stay in Shavasana even after I offer the cues to come out of the pose. If you need to end on time, then you can follow my guidance. Otherwise, just rest. Feel the weight of the body sinking down. Release any grasping in the mind. The thoughts just start to pass by like clouds. Everything softens as you give yourself permission to rest. Begin to deepen the breath. Again, I invite you to stay in Shavasana longer if you can.
Slowly move fingers and toes. You may wish to slowly rub your fingers and thumbs together and just notice this vibrancy of sensation. Inhale, reach your arms up by the ears. Exhale, point your toes, take a stretch. Bend the knees, roll over onto one side. With your eyes closed, use your hands to slowly come up to a seat. Place your palms over your heart. Just hold your heart for a moment and offer yourself gratitude. Offer yourself a thought, a feeling of kindness, of love. And you may even wish to practice saying something loving, something kind to yourself that doesn't have anything to do with accomplishments, but just loving you for you, being kind to you for you, loving for the sake of loving. Palms touch and Anjali Mudra will complete with our chant offering the benefit of our practice to all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu 3 times. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings and all of creation be happy and peaceful, free. Take a deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Together again next week. Wonderful, Christine. Thanks for being here. And thank you so much for your donations, my friends. Thank you for supporting me and Insight Timer. Oh, wonderful, Debbie. I'm so glad. Welcome. Thank you, Maxine. And let's see here. Let me just double check my live schedule. We're going to switch things up for a little bit and just move our asana practice to Fridays only. Again, we'll still meet on, let's just double check. Yeah. So our next time together, oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I accidentally, I scheduled next week's session for the wrong day. I'm going to have to go back and adjust that. But we'll be meeting next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for a satsang for the soul. And then next Friday, we will be meeting um, at 3 p.m. Eastern for our asana practice. Apologies to those who registered for Thursday. That's not feasible. So, thank you, Jody. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Oh, wonderful, Linda. Wonderful. Welcome. Okay, wishing you a lovely weekend. May you take some time to be gentle with yourself, to enjoy something, to rest, maybe to try something new. What can you do that expresses your gratitude for life, your joy, pleasure, peace? Thank you all for your donations. I'm very grateful. And I look forward to being together next Wednesday. It's always a joy. Oh, wonderful, glowing. Would love to have you join us for a full session. And I'll often post links for replays of our live sessions in the group Love Heals All. So if you've ever wanted to catch a full session of either a satsang or asana practice, you can find links there usually. Thanks, Neil. All right, enjoy. I'm so grateful for you. Oh, happy birthday, Amanda. Beautiful. Happy birthday. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so grateful. So grateful to be together. Thank you for your love. I love you. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you, Sylvia.